Hello again. As well as the music from the Greenwich Village Folk Revival, music from Canada, which was reinvigorated in the 60s because of the creativity and the outpouring of incredible artists coming out of NYC. Other folk scenes were influenced too, and Canada was one of them. And artists coming out of the Canadian Folk Revival were also a formative influence on my music. Artists like Leonard Cohen and like Joni Mitchell. When I was in my late teens, I fell in love with the album Blue, and I'm going to play one of my favourite songs from that album, which actually features the dulcimer, although Dan isn't going to be playing dulcimer tonight. This is a song called All I Want. I am on a lonely road and I am traveling, looking for something, what can it be? Oh, I hate you some, I hate you some, I love you some. Oh, I love you when I forget about me. I wanna be strong, I wanna laugh along, I wanna belong to the living, alive, alive. Wanna get up and jive, wanna wreck my stockings in some jukebox jive. Do you want to dance with me, baby? Do you wanna take a chance on maybe finding some sweet romance with me, baby? Well, come on. All I really, really want our love to do is to bring out the best in me and in you too. Yes, all I really, really want our love to do is to bring out the best in me and in you. I wanna talk to you, I wanna shampoo you, I wanna renew you again and again. Applause, applause, life is our course. When I think of your kisses, my mind seesaws. Do you see how you hurt me, baby? So I hurt you too. Then we both get so blue. I am on a lonely road and I am traveling, 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 looking for the key to set me free. Oh, the jealousy, the greed is the unraveling, and it undoes all the joy that could be. I wanna have fun, I wanna shine like the sun, I wanna be the one that you wanna see. Wanna knit you a sweater, wanna write you a love letter, wanna make you feel better, wanna make you feel. Wanna make you feel free, wanna make you feel free, I wanna make you feel free.
Lovely, thank you, Virginia. I'm a big Joni fan. I love Joni Mitchell's words and her singing. And last time I was in Kentucky in 2015, I met the lady who built her dulcimer, a very strange instrument that she plays. Going to sing you an English folk song now, and there's a chorus with it, so I'd like to teach you the chorus, and we'll all join in. Yeah. And if you don't join in, we'll all stop and point at you or something. We'll make you join in. We have ways. I know I can't see you, but I can hear if you're not singing. You see. So this was written by Cyril Tawney, and I was privileged to meet him briefly. He's no longer with us, is Cyril, but he worked all his life as a merchant mariner on the ships on the. You'll have heard of the Cunard line between America and Ireland, America and England, and he worked on the Grey Funnel line, and he wrote lots of songs while he was travelling, mostly about failure in love and how unhappy he was working for the Grey Funnel line. but so, they're good songs, and he would sit in a folk club. When he retired, he toured the folk clubs and sang his songs, and he would sit there with a nylon string guitar and just strum some simple chords with his thumb. Very unassuming guy, but his songs were wonderful, and they've been picked up by the leading lights in the folk world. I've had a go at 2 or 3, and this is my favourite of his. It's called The Grey Funnel Line. It's got absolutely beautiful lyrics. And there's a chorus, which it'd be really nice if you join in, please. It goes, "Here's one more day on the Grey Funnel Line." That's not too difficult, is it? No, because I've got a difficult one for you later. So let's. This is how it goes musically. Here's one more day on the Grey Funnel Line. So let's have a little practice. Here's one more day on the Grey Funnel Line. Don't mind the rain or the rolling sea, the weary night never worries me, but the hardest time in a sailor's day is to watch the sun as it fades away. Here's one more day on the Grey Funnel Line. The finest ship that sails the sea is still a prison for the likes of me. But give me wings like Noah's dove, I'll fly up harbor to the one I love. Here's one more day on the Grey Funnel Line. Oh Lord, if dreams were only real, I'd have my hands on that wooden wheel, and with all my heart I would turn around and tell the boys that we're homeward bound. Here's one more day on the Grey Funnel Line. I'll pass the time like some machine until blue war turns to green. Then I'll dance on down that walk ashore and sail the Grey Funnel Line no more. Here's one more day on the Grey Funnel Line. Don't mind the rain or the rolling sea, the weary night never worries me, but the hardest time in a sailor's day is to watch the sun as it fades away. Last time. Here's one more day on the Grey Funnel Line. Well sung, thank you.
Another of the artists that came out of Canada that I absolutely love is Martha Wainwright. And she has roots that go all the way back to the heart of the Canadian folk revival through her mother, Kate McGarrigle, and her aunt, Anne. And I'm going to sing a song, an original song by Kate McGarrigle that she wrote about her time in New York City. And she recorded a version of it before she died in 2010 with Martha, her daughter, and with her son, Rufus Wainwright. This is called Talk to Me of Mendocino. I bid farewell to the state of old New York, my home away from home. In the state of New York, I came of age when first I started roaming. And the trees grow high in New York State, and they shine like gold in autumn. Never had the blues from whence I came, but in New York State I caught 'em. Talk to me of Mendocino, closing my eyes, I hear the sea. Must I wait? Must I follow? Won't you say, come with me? Then it's on to South Bend, Indiana, flat out on the western plains. Rise up over the Rockies and down on into California, out to where but the rocks remain, and let the sun set on the ocean. I will watch it from the shore. Let the sun rise over the redwoods. I'll rise with it till I rise no more. Talk to me of Mendocino, closing my eyes, I hear the sea. Must I wait? Must I follow? Won't you say, come with me? Must I wait? Must I follow? Won't you say, come with me?
I've got another chorus song for you now. And you notice I've retuned, and I've tuned to a different tuning which is the way round finding all those missing notes. And this tuning is a minor scale. It's not the popular modern minor scale. It's a medieval minor scale known as the Dorian mode. And Jean would have used these different modes. It explains it in her book, so she was well aware of them. And when you go into the Dorian mode, suddenly you go back to medieval England. So I'm going to take you back to medieval England now. And there are two tunes, two medieval English tunes. The first one's called The Wind Among the Heather, and the second one is a song called Columbine. Now the song, the words from the song come from a book by an English authoress called Hope Merlis, or Merlis, who lives in Canada, funnily enough. And the tune to the song comes from the lovely psaltery player Bob Stewart. So technically the second piece is a mock medieval piece, but it sounds very medieval. But the first piece is a genuine medieval piece, The Wind Among the Heather, and I can hand on heart say that because I wrote it myself. The old ones are the old ones. I know. So I'd like you to join in with Columbine. It's got a really simple little catchy chorus which goes with lily germander and sops in wine, sweet briar and bonfire, strawberry wire and columbine. Have you got it? It's really easy. With lily germander and sops in wines, sweet briar and bonfire, strawberry wire and columbine. Now, if that's too much for you, hum the chorus and say columbine at the end, and it'll fit. Trust me, I've done this before. Okay. Trust me, my initials are DR. Yes, I've done this before, and it'll work, and it'll sound really nice. It'll create a nice ambiance in the room. So The Wind Among the Heather and Columbine, and do please join in. It is a bit of a tongue twister, so.
Do you want to give them a little taste of what it'll sound like?
No.
No. We're going to wing it.
But if you don't join in, I'll stop, and we'll point. Don't try me. I'm known for stopping. Wind Among the Heather and Columbine. Any lass for a duke who wears green in lands where the sun and the moon do not shine? Any lass for a duke who wears green in lands where the sun and the moon do not shine? With lily germander and sops in wine, sweet briar and bonfire, strawberry wire and columbine. Within and without, as round as a ball, with hither and thither as straight as a line. Within and without, as round as a ball, with hither and thither as straight as a line. With lily germander and sops in wine, sweet briar and bonfire, strawberry wire and columbine. And can a physician make sick men well, and can a magician a fortune define? And can a physician make sick men well, and can a magician a fortune define? With lily germander and sops in wine, sweet briar and bonfire, strawberry wire and columbine. When Aubrey did live, and there lived no poor, the Lord and the beggar on roots did die. When Aubrey did live, and there lived no poor, the Lord and the beggar on roots did die. With lily germander and sops in wine, sweet briar and bonfire, strawberry wire and columbine. There are windfalls of dreams as a wolf in the skies, and life as a nymph who will never be thine. There are windfalls of dreams as a wolf in the skies, and life as a nymph who will never be thine. With lily, germander, and sops in wine, sweet briar and bonfire, strawberry wine and columbine. With lily, germander, and sops in wine, sweet briar and bonfire, strawberry wine and columbine. With lily, germander, and sops in wine, sweet briar and bonfire, strawberry wine and columbine. Thank you. How the wind blows.
Some of the songs that I've been most inspired by from both the folk revivals by the artists that I most love, who generally came out of the Canadian and the American folk revival. Some of the qualities that I feel like I've absorbed into my songwriting are a love of storytelling and also a subject matter which focuses on the complexity of human experience but seeks to express it in a way that's simple and immediate. I'm going to play you one of my original songs now, and I wrote it at a time when I was making peace with big forces that felt overwhelming and beyond my control. It's called How the Wind Blows. 1,000 tiny hearts in 1,000 little homes. Who can know how the wind blows? Everything comes out of order. I never had a frame to put around my life, but I thought I'd found a longing buried in my hopes, and a safe place for it to grow. But as the wind carries to the mountain up above, who can know how the wind blows today? How will the wind blow today? How will the wind, how will the wind blow today? Time passes without a reason. I cannot find a hand to stop my spinning out of control. It didn't make sense in a world I understood. How all that's tender could grow cold. But as the wind carries to the mountain up above, who can know how the wind blows today? How will the wind blow today? there's a wailing in our hearts, but each child knows the wailing will pass as the wind carries to the mountain up above. Who can know how the wind blows today? How will the wind blow today? How will the wind, how will the wind blow today? Oh, oh, oh. 1,000 tiny hearts in 1,000 little homes. Who can know how the wind blows?
Lovely song, well sung, lovely. I've always wanted to play minimalist music on the dulcimer. But, Eric Satie had eight octaves, on his keyboard, and Philip Glass had 6 strings and a whole load more frets than I've got. And then one day, I was sitting by a French water mill, and I had this idea that if I could pick on the right hand very fast, I could get this minimalist theme going. So minimalist music is not so much about sparse music, but it's about lots of notes. I think of it as like shifting sands. It's not so much about melodic structure. This is becoming a workshop again, isn't it? No, I've gone wrong. It's a fun piece. Anyway, I wrote it sitting next to a mill, and obviously there's a weir, and the water falls over the weir. But before it comes over the weir, it was still. And there's a really quiet valley with kingfishers and grey wagtails, really peaceful, remote. And all you could hear is the dulcimer reflecting off the water and filling the valley with sound. It was really, really nice. And it's the title track of my new album. Is this an appropriate point to give it? I brought my signing pen, by the way, and a special pen. I used to be very embarrassed about signing products, and then I played at Winchester Festival, and this little girl, about 10, came up to me and said, would I mind signing it? And my embarrassment just went. I thought, no problem, no problem. So this is a minimalist piece called Le Ruisseau du Moulin.
So give me a moment to grab my prop.
Oh, yes. It's going to take me a minute just to get it in tune.
I think I might have to come off the stage to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to come off the stage into the crowd for fear of knocking Dan out when I use this.
I know that's what you want to do secretly. Okay, Le Ruisseau du Moulin. And if you don't want to roll your R's, it's the mill string. Okay. I wasn't being rude. I'm having to tune using the tuner because it's hot in here. I'd rather do other things. But It worked very well. It's a very complex instrument to play, the rain stick. It takes
harder
great,
than it looks.
takes great skill and precision. The timing's got to be spot on. We both have CDs for sale tonight. It's Virginia's first album, and every artist's first album is very special because it has a freshness. So make sure you buy 2 copies, one for yourself and one for your friend. I'm going to give you a problem because I have 5 albums to sell. So which one are you going to choose? Well, you could buy all 5 and not have to make a decision, but if you just buy 2, why would you only want to buy 2? But if you just bought 2, then go for the red one, Autumn Dance, and the new one, the French one, because I think they're perhaps the best. But you know, so if you've enjoyed what I did on the dulcimer, you'll like what's on the albums. If you haven't enjoyed what's I've done on the dulcimer, I play guitar as well, and there's some guitar on the albums. You might really like that. I don't know. It's just a thought.
All bases covered.
Yes.
The final song that I'm going to play in this set is on my new album, which I've just finished making. I finished making it last week. It's been an amazing journey of collaborating with musicians and producers, and I'm just aware of the timeline of the journey that I've been on, which in many ways began dreaming about what it might have been like to play the coffee houses of Montreal or Greenwich Village. The song that I'm going to finish with is called Call It Home. And I think I might have a French horn player lurking behind the curtains. If you are there, French horn player, make yourself known. Ah, and as if by magic. So this is Tom Allard. Yeah, please welcome Tom Allard to the stage. Tom is one of 2 musicians that play on my new album. Tom's on French horn, and we also have a classical pianist called Hara Costogiani, who is amazing. Normally we have a piano with this song, but it's just going to be horn and guitar today. This is called Call It Home. Are you ready, Tom?
Let's do a tune.
A tune? Yeah. Okay, a quick tune. Okay, we're good to go. There's a sunset that you're missing, a ripple in the clouds. There's a sparkle on the water as the waves sway back and forth. There's a train's distant moaning that catches in your heart. There are footsteps on the pavement that throw echoes in the dark. Call it home, call it home. Call the passion and the longing and the tingle in your bones. Call it home, call it home. There's a place where it could go, might even lead me back to you. There are lines of endless traffic as the clouds they wait with rain. There are many bodies moving, they are none of them the same. There's a rumbling on the skyline, tarmac ripples like a lake. You see 50 tiny stories, there's 1,000 underneath. Call it home, call it home. Call the passion and the longing and the tingle in your bones. Call it home, call it home. centuries or more. In their bones they hold the best and the worst of human hopes. There are corporations marching as silent as the wind, and they're buying up the essence of our very right to live. Call it home. Call it home. Call the passion and the longing and the tingle in your bones. Call it home. Call it home. There's a place where it could go, might even lead me back to you. There are hilltops to be traveled, there are histories to unfold, there are tiny little insects emerging from the shrubs, there are heartaches to discover, there are secrets to unlock. We all live by the sound of a heavy ticking clock. Call it home. Call it home. Call the passion and the longing and the tingle in your bones. Call it home. Call it home. There's a place for it to go, might even lead me back to you. Call it home. Thank you. Thank you. A big hand for Tom Allard. Thanks, Tom.
Change the program around a bit because I've retuned the other instruments so much. 20, yeah. It's cooked under the lights. This is a song that started out in France, and it was known as Je t'appartiens, which means I belong to you, and then it traveled over to America and got translated by, it was written by somebody called Becco, and it got translated by Curtis and Delano into a song that you'd be more familiar with because the Everly Brothers made it popular. So you're going to wonder why I'm playing an old pop song on a medieval instrument. Well, that's what they were made for, because I play ABBA and Beatles on this, if you give me half a chance. So this is a song that you'll know called Let It Be Me, and it's the title track of my penultimate album. And this will be my last song tonight, and then we're going to sing you a number to finish with to sort of round things off. So I hope you've enjoyed the evening. We've certainly enjoyed playing for you. Thank you. It's been a I'll say to you what I say to all my audiences now. You've been a lovely, lovely audience, you know, and I say that every time, unlike the last lot. No, I'm joking, obviously. You'll lynch me otherwise. Let it be me or je t'appartiens. God bless the day I found you. I want to stay around you now and forever. Let it be me. Don't take this heaven from one. If you must cling to someone now and forever, let it be me. Each time we meet, love finds complete love. Without your sweet love, what would life be? So never leave me lonely. Tell me that you love me only, that you will always let it be me. Each time we meet, love, I find complete love. Without your sweet love, what would life be? So never leave me lonely. Tell me that you love me only, that you will always let it be me. Never leave me lonely. Love me only, always let it be me. Now and forever, let it be me. Thank you, let it be me.
That was lovely. And I heard some of you singing along, and in our final song, we would love you to join in. I'm going to get Dan to introduce it in a moment. But before we introduce the final song, I just wanted to let you know, I'm going to pick up a piece of paper. Show you. This is one of a series of gigs that's put on by the Square Roots charity. They're going to be taking place throughout the year. Yes, a big hand. Can we have a big hand to the Square Roots charity crew down there? And I can't see from up here, but if Liz is somewhere. Yes, Liz is waving. Liz is responsible for curating the night this evening, and Anthony, of course, the Square Roots team down there. Big hand. Yep. And on your tables, you'll see these flyers, and that will show you information about upcoming gigs that are put on around the same theme, and inspired by the Greenwich Village Folk Revival and that amazing scene. And the funds raised from all these gigs are being put towards a gig a festival that is being planned in Washington Square in New York City, where all this music will hopefully be brought back home, and it's called Bringing It All Back Home. So we do hope you'll support further gigs. And just to let you know also that Dan and I will be through those curtains over there if you'd like to speak to us at the end, and we'd love to say hello. But now, on to our final song. Dan, over to you.
Amazing Grace was written in Oni by John Newton and William Cooper. There's a whole story about it, but I can't tell you that now. There isn't time. But go to my website. There's a little blog which explains it. It's a fascinating story. The reason we've chosen this as the opening in the last number is because Jean Ritchie was famous for using this as her closing number in concerts, and I've actually seen her do it. And I chatted to her backstage just before she went up, and I'd previously seen her on a television film in America being interviewed, and she was asked about Amazing Grace, and she wasn't clear as the origins. So after chatting to her, I went back to my home, Oni, I went into the church, bought the little booklet on Amazing Grace and popped it in the post to her, and we had a short dialogue after that. Fantastic story, Amazing Grace. Look out for the films. Very moving, stirring stuff. Wish I could tell you more, but Virginia's going to lead us in it, and do please join in.
Okay, so this is how it's going to go. We're going to do. We're only going to sing the first verse, and the first time round, we're all going to hum, and you're going to be humming with Dan. The second time round, you're going to continue to hum with Dan, and I'm going to sing the tune. The third time round, you're going to continue to hum with Dan, and I'm going to sing an embellishment. The fourth time round, after you've heard it that many times, you are going to join in and you're going to sing along for the final round. Okay? So I'll bring you in when we're singing. But from the start, if you could all join in, and we're going to hum it. And it's going to be in this key. Mm-hmm. 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 Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Keep humming. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. All together. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, and good night. We really don't have time. We'd love to play some more, but we are also really happy to talk to you, and we'll be just through that curtain over there. And check out the gigs that are up and coming. Thank you so much. Good night.